Hi, I'm Neil Kelleher. In this video I wanted to show some exercises for dealing with shoulder impingement, and the main focus in this will be on muscular control, controlling your shoulder blades in such a way that you avoid shoulder impingement and impinging. And a good starting point for these exercises is to actually practice rib cage mobility first. And one reason for that is that the muscles you'll be using to help control your scapula are attached between the scapula and the rib cage, as well as between the scapula and the cervical spine, thoracic spine as well. And so an important point for these exercises is the idea of anchoring the muscles that you're using. So with shoulder impingement, as far as I'm aware, generally it happens with the arm overhead. And there's a peak of bone which is actually part of the shoulder blade which projects over the actual top of the humerus. And the amount it projects over the humerus will depend on the individual anatomy. But basically, when you lift your arm overhead, for people with shoulder impingement, and if you've got shoulder impingement, you probably already know this, but for people with shoulder impingement, the bone here, soft tissue of the shoulder, tends to get squeezed between the acromion process, which is the name of the top bone here, and the tuberosity of the humerus, or the bump at the outside of the humerus. Maybe problem with rotation of the arm. I'd suggest the main problem is when you lift the arm, what should happen is this peak of bone should move upwards and inwards at the same time. The inside edge of the shoulder blade should move down. And so then what happens then is this peak of bone moves inwards, the humerus, the arm bone. There's space between the acromion process and the arm bone, so you're not squeezing soft tissue between them. So for that to happen, it helps if you have the necessary muscle activation to pull the acromion process upwards and inwards, so if you like towards the ears, while at the same time pulling the inner edge of the shoulder blade down and even outwards away from the spine. So actually, one of the first exercises I would suggest for dealing with shoulder impingement is to practice protraction and retraction of the shoulder blades. So protraction is spreading the shoulder blades, retraction is drawing the shoulder blades together. And some of you might ask, well, why practice protraction? I think a lot of the ideas with anyway, easier just to show you. When you protract your shoulder blades, if you protract the shoulder blades fully, the bottom tip of the shoulder blade tends to move out more than the top of the shoulder blade does. So what happens when you protract, you get a upwards rotation of the shoulder blade. So the top of the shoulder blade moves in, bottom of the shoulder blade moves out. You get that for free. And that can be a good thing, particularly if you have your arms overhead. If you protract, the bottom tip of the shoulder blade moves out more than the top. And that can be an exercise. First practice protracting with the arms down, then relax, protract, relax, protract, relax. On one point with protraction, it can be very easy to focus on using your pecs to pull the front of the arms in. The idea is to use your serratus anterior muscles. These are muscles which attach the inside edge of the shoulder blade to the ribs. So if you focus on the inside edge of your shoulder blades, pulling those outwards away from the spine, you can do protraction without activating your pecs. That doesn't say pec activation is bad. Just when you're doing this activation, see if you can do it without using your pectoralis major. So when protracting the shoulder blades, try to feel the inside edge of your shoulder blades, move that move those outwards away from the spine to cause protraction. You may notice as you do that, your shoulders lift a slight amount. So once you get a feel for protraction with the arms down, you could practice it with the arms straight ahead. Protract, focus on feeling your shoulder blades spread apart, and then relax. Protract, relax. And one thing that you may notice when protracting, notice the sensation of opening, spreading apart between the shoulder blades. So you can use that as a general hint that you are protracting. And likewise with the arms forward, you can slowly protract. Notice the sense of space between your shoulder blades as you protract. Notice that sense, that sensation, that connective tissue tension dissipating when you relax. So protract, relax. And again with the arms overhead, protract, relax, protract, relax, protract, relax. You could even do it with the arms reaching back behind you, and this may be limited, but it might be something that you can work towards. Protract, relax, protract, relax, protract, relax. So what I'd suggest, practice that a few times. This can be part of a warm-up, if you like, before doing weightlifting exercises, or just as a general morning routine. Now, the opposite action is retraction. So with the arms down, you can practice retracting your shoulder blades. So here again, you might want to focus on the inside edges of your shoulder blades. Move your shoulders back so that your shoulder blades retract. Notice a sense of muscular activation between the shoulder blades as you do that. And one thing you could do, you could try relaxing your arms so you're not so much using the shoulder muscles, you're just using the scapular retractors. Relax, retract, relax, retract, relax. And for these exercises, when you're focusing on feeling, so that it is easier to feel the muscles that are activating, so it's easier to actually feel your shoulder blade as you do these exercises. Try to do them slowly and smoothly, so vary the speed so that you can feel the muscles activating, so you feel connective tissue tension changing, particularly when stretching. And you might also find, if you find the right rhythm, the right pace, it actually feels enjoyable to do these exercises. Now, while in this, with retraction, you're using the trapezius muscle to pull the shoulder blades together. You may be using the rhomboids as well. An important point with the trapezius is you can actually use it in combination with the serratus anterior. So you can actually use it with the shoulder blades protracted to help further rotate the shoulders, to rotate the inside edge of the shoulder blade down, the outside edge up, or if you like, the top in and the bottom out. But we'll get onto that in a moment. As with protraction, what I'd suggest, practice retraction of the arms in different positions. So you can do this, and you can do these exercises one arm at a time as well. But with the arms back, retract, relax, retract, relax, retract, relax. And a further point, as you do these exercises, one of the things you can notice is, for me, I'm adjusting slightly by rotating the arm in or out so that I get even sensation in both arms. And for these exercises in particular, as you notice, if you notice when I stand still, one of my collarbones tends to be lifted relative to the other, and it's something I'm still working on fixing. But for these exercises, so that you can get a better gauge for whether or not you're symmetrical, it may be helpful to do these in front of a mirror. But while working in front of the mirror, rather than trying to force yourself into alignment, try to feel yourself into alignment, make adjustments to your rib cage, your spine, and then from there your shoulders and arms to work towards symmetrical symmetry between the sides. So having done the arms, so retracting, you could perhaps rotate the left arm in or out, and then the right arm in or out, see if you can get even sensation, and then relax, retract, adjust the left arm, adjust the right arm, etc. Likewise, reaching the arms in front, retract, Rotate one arm, then the other for even sensation. Relax, retract, relax, retract, relax. And then with the arms up, retract, relax, retract. And here, if you find you get any pinching, try lifting your shoulders a bit higher as you retract. And if it does cause any pain for any of these exercises, if they cause pain or discomfort, leave it out or try to adjust in such a way that it doesn't cause pain. So for arms up, you could retract, try lifting higher or lower to prevent any pinching. Relax, retract, relax. You could also do the same thing with the arms out to the side. Protract, retract, protract, retract. Now two other basic movements of the shoulders are lifting the shoulders and depressing the shoulders. And that's something else that you might want to practice for more comprehensive shoulder routine. So one way to lift the shoulders is just to lift the shoulders. You can have the arms out to the side. You can move one shoulder forward or back. Try to feel the shoulder blade, and then move the other shoulder forward or back. Try to feel both shoulder blades. Try to get even sensation on both. Something else you can adjust is rotate one arm in or out, then the other arm in or out. Try to get even sensation and then lower. You can repeat that a few times. Likewise with depression, pull the shoulders down. Here again, you can move one shoulder forward or back. Notice the sensation, the change in sensation in the other shoulder. Something else you can do is rotate in or out, rotate in or out. Try to get even sensation both sides. Relax, depress, relax, depress, relax. And what you may notice with depression, when you pull down, you get tension both at the front of the shoulder and the back, depending, and the amount of the ratio of tension in front and back can vary depending on whether you have your shoulders more forwards or more back. Likewise with lifting. So once you have a taste of these general basic exercises, one exercise that may help with impingement is with the arms down, going back to lifting the shoulders. And what may help for this exercise is to focus on the top peak of the shoulders. And to begin with, protract your shoulder blades. So spread them apart. Then focusing on the top peak of your shoulders, pull those up and in so you're actually lifting your shoulder blades. And allow the arms to move out to the sides as you do that, but focus on pulling the top peak of the shoulder blade, the acromion process, in and out, inwards and upwards towards your ears. While you're doing that, it may be helpful to make the neck feel long and then relax. So protract first, feel your shoulder blades spreading apart. Pull the acromion processes inwards and upwards. You can try the same thing with the arms in front. Protract and then in and up. Relax. Protract. Sorry, the arms forwards. Protract in and up. Relax. And of course you can try it with the arms up. And if you wanted to, you could do this with one arm at a time. Protract. And what that can feel like with the arm up is like you're curving the arm in front of the chest. So it's almost like doing this action in the machine, this action, but with the arm higher, like so. And you could turn the palm towards you if you wanted to. So with the arm up, protract, and then pull the acromion process in and up. If you wanted to lengthen the neck, maybe even bend the neck away from the lifted arm, relax. Protract, in and up, relax. So the top part in and up, protract, top of the shoulder blade in and up, and then relax. Do that with the other arm as well. Protract, in and up, relax, protract, in and up, relax, protract, in and up, relax. With the arms overhead, and even with the arms down, and And even without weight, it can be important for shoulder blade control to also focus on the muscles of the arms. So arm muscle control can also have an effect. Your arms have weight. So because your arms have weight, your arms can act as a foundation for muscles that act from the arms to the shoulders. So it can be important to consider the arms when dealing with shoulder impingement as well. And one of the exercises I talked about in the downward dog video was opening the front of the elbows. And when you do that, noticing any tension in the triceps. And then from there, opening the front of the elbows and then making the elbows feel extra strong so that the biceps engage as well. And this is something that you could also do with the arms overhead. Open the front of the elbows, make the elbows feel strong. And then from there, what you can do is protract, lift the arms up, and then relax. Open the front of the elbows, make the elbows feel strong. Protract. Pull the top of the shoulders in and up, relax. Open the front of the elbows, elbows strong. Protract, lift the arms up, shoulders up, top of the shoulders up as high as possible, and then relax. And one thing to consider with this exercise, because the elbows are engaged, you're anchoring the biceps and the triceps, and the biceps has attachments to the top of the shoulder blade. The tricep, the long head of the tricep has an attachment to the bottom of the tricep. So tension in those muscles is going to create different pulls on the shoulder blade, and that may help to pull the shoulder blade into alignment with the arms overhead. So if you think of the long head triceps with the front of the elbow open but the elbow engaged, the tricep can help pull on the shoulder blade here, helping to pull it, the outside edge of the shoulder blade upwards, so helping you to avoid impingement. So that can be another exercise you can practice. You could try it with the arms if your mobility is limited. You can try it with the arms out to the side more. First of all, so open the front of the elbows, make the elbows strong, and then from there protract and then lift up. Now, one final piece of the puzzle is the lower trapezius. The lower trapezius attaches close to the inside edge of the shoulder blade. So you have the scapular spine, which moves across the back of the shoulder blade. The lower trapezius attaches close to the bottom of the scapular ridge or scapular spine. So it attaches somewhere around here, and then from there has a downward pointing triangle shape that attaches to the lower thoracic vertebrae. With the shoulder blades spread apart, that muscle can be used to pull the inside edge of the shoulder blade down. But in order for that to happen, it may help if the shoulder blades are already protracted. So if the shoulder blades are protracted and you resist retraction, the lower edge of the trapezius can be used to pull the inside border of the shoulder blade down. And what happens then is, because the inside is moving down relative to the outside, the shoulder blades rotate in this way, so that again the acromion process moves out of the way. The arms, if the arms are lifted, moves out of the way. The arm bones, if the arms are lifted. So one thing you could practice with the arms down, instead of focusing on the top of the shoulder blade, or as well as focusing on the top of the shoulder blades, protract, create a downward pull on the inside edge of the shoulder blades. And one thing that may help, because the trapezius attaches to the back of the spine, one thing that may help, it's helped me a little bit working on my left shoulder, which is one which is still a little bit problematic. One thing that may help is to pull the back of the ribs down. So as that happens, the front will lift, or will try to lift. And what you can do to get a stronger sensation of the back ribs pulling down is resist the front ribs pulling up. So what you can do, first of all, lift the front ribs, feel the back rib pulling down, relax. Lift the front ribs, feel the backs of the ribs pulling down, relax. And once you have a feel for that, Resist the front ribs from lifting by using your abs. So keep the front ribs still, try to create a downward pull on the back ribs. Notice any sensation at the back of the rib cage, adjust for even sensation, and from there, protract, pull the inside edge of the shoulder blades down, relax. So pull down on the back ribs, protract, pull down on the inside edge of the shoulder blades and relax. With the arms down, it might be a little bit more tricky. Try with the arms forward. Back ribs down, spread the shoulder blades, create a downward pull on the inside edge of the shoulder blade and relax. Back ribs down, spread the shoulder blades, create a downward pull, relax. Back ribs down, spread the shoulder blades, create a downward pull. Adjust for even sensation, relax. And then of course do it with the arms up. Back ribs down, spread and pull down, relax. Sorry, my nasal cavities seem to be filling up. Try it. If it doesn't work, so I'm feeling a little bit of discomfort in my shoulders when I do that. So if that happens, avoid it. Or work on one arm at a time. So what you could do, try and pull the, maybe try it without the back ribs. Spread the shoulder blade or protract it. Try and create a downward pull on the inside edge. Then relax. Spread. Create a downward pull, relax. If that doesn't work, try and pull the back ribs down. Protract, create a downward pull, relax. Downward pull on the ribs, protract, create a downward pull on the inside edge of the shoulder blade, relax. What you could also do is focus on the top of the shoulder blade and the inside edge of the shoulder blade. So with the arm lifted, protract, pull the top of the shoulder blade in and up, pull the inside edge of the shoulder blade down, or try to. And that might be the better activation actually. Relax, spread, pull the top of the shoulder blade up and in, pull the inside edge of the shoulder blade down while still protracting, and then relax. So that would be the final recommended exercise, at least for now. And probably what was happening is with pulling the inside edge of the shoulder blade down, if I don't first pull this up, especially with the arm up, then just pulling down on the inside edge of the shoulder blade isn't going to generate enough clearance here. What it feels like is needs to be lifted first, and then from there I can create a downward pull on the inside edge of the shoulder blade. Another reason that might work is that it's actually creating enough length for the lower trapezius. It's giving that some pre-stretch so it can pull down. Now, bear in mind, all of these are things that I've played with that that I play with. When doing these sort of exercises, I feel my body, notice what works, what doesn't work. If there's pain, then obviously it's not working. So when doing these exercises, notice for yourself, rather than just doing them blindly because someone told you, oh, do these exercises, it'll help with impingement. While you're doing them, focus on feeling your body. Notice what works for you, what doesn't. If nothing else, these exercises hopefully give you a starting point for improving your ability to feel and control your body, and also for dealing with impingement. And ideally what should happen, so basically what you have then is a set of tools you can use to remedy your shoulders should you experience pain in any sort of other exercises. And ideally what happens, if you practice the basic shoulder exercises enough, hopefully just those are enough to prevent impingement. If not, then you'll have to go a little bit deeper and explore different muscular activation combinations to deal with the problem. And failing that, see a doctor or a physiotherapist perhaps. But anyway, I do hope this was helpful. Thank you very much for watching. Namaste.